guys, welcome to Foot Talk. I am honored today. I am honored by the presence of my very first guest. I am not worthy of having him on my podcast. My boy, Sahara. How are you doing today, bro?
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm really excited to be here. And we get to talk about the stuff we love more. We love sports, we love soccer, and this is why I'm on the show.
And my boy Sahara actually has his own podcast. It's prospering. It's flourishing more than mine is, but I mean, I give him the props.
I've been slacking on it.
Man. I've been slacking, but I aspire to be like you. I emulate you every day. Every time I sit behind this camera, put my AirPods on, I'm like, I think of Sahara. I want to be like Sahara. I mean, at least the heels of your foot, las plantas de tus pies, at least that. And that's just a lot for me. But okay, enough of worshiping you. I'm not worshiping you, but enough of that. I want to talk about something that Abel, my brother Jess, and I have already talked about, which is Real Madrid. I know your heart is devoted to Real Madrid. You are a diehard fan to the tomb.
Since day one.
Since day one, since you were born.
I was born in white. I was born in white.
That's what I'm saying. So I want to go over. I know this happened, like 2 weekends ago? Real Madrid beating Liverpool. What are your thoughts? Real Madrid winning the 14th Champions League. What are your thoughts of their season overall in the Champions League?
How I see it as a cherry on top. Because I know we had our ups and downs. We had our struggles. Right. People talked about how we weren't going to win the Champions League, how we shouldn't even win La Liga. And I was like, oh my God. So I mean, talk is talk, but our actions speak louder than words. First, I think we pretty much walked through La Liga. We didn't struggle much through it.
Right.
Even though Barcelona fans like to have their 4-0 win, I guess that means the world to them. Yeah. But us as Real Madrid fans, we don't count games. We count finals. And how Casemiro said, we don't play finals. We win finals. So I see the season as a cherry on top. Like, we built it. We took our time. You know how with the cake, you start with the bread and then you betún and everything. And then at the end, a little cherry on top. So that's how I see our Champions League run, because it was our last game of the season. After we had nothing else. We played, we won, we lifted up the trophy, and it's the end of this season.
I was one of those people, and I will admit that I thought Real Madrid was not going to win Champions League.
You're the first person I thought of. I remember calling you when they were lifting the trophy.
I remember that when you called me. I saw you, was like, I have to take the heat, man. I said what I said, as you said. I mean, freaking actions speak louder than words, but I genuinely thought at the beginning of the season, I didn't even consider Real Madrid being a candidate for. I did. I take that back. I did consider them, but I thought there were others above Real Madrid. I had Bayern winning it. Yeah, I had Bayern winning it. But Bayern lost against Villarreal, which is another story we could talk about. Villarreal is, freaking Cinderella story almost, but then Liverpool came and beat them. I do have another question for you in regards to Real Madrid. Benzema. What are your thoughts on Benzema's spectacular, immaculate season this year?
Totally agree. I don't know. People could say I'm biased because, I am a Madrid fan. So I think he 1,000% deserves the Balón de Oro. But not just that. Okay. So, I think he's the best player in the world right now.
All right.
So I don't know if you would agree with that, but the way he played this season, the way he's playing right now with France, I don't know how you saw how he played. I think he's playing amazing. And I think currently, right now, there's no better player than Benzema.
Speaking about France, and I agree with you, man. I think Benzema should win it. Unless they pull off some garbage like they did last year with why they give him a consolation prize and they give Messi the Ballon d'Or. I thought that was a scam right there. That was a robbery, and I don't care the Barcelona fans, the UEFA fans attack me. I think that was a robbery. But and I agree with you with the Benzema thing, but I know you mentioned France. And I know Benzema has a teammate that snubbed
A
Real
rat.
Madrid, snubbed you, the fans, the players, Kylian Mbappe. Were you one of those people that believed that he was actually going to Madrid?
I thought 100%. I thought there was not going to be a single chance that he could decline the offer, even though as much money PSG could offer, because the way it was going,
Hmm.
he didn't deny once, he didn't deny it twice, but he denied multiple offers from PSG.
Right, right.
So I mean, if not, if people say he's doing it for the money, and I totally agree that he stayed it for the
Hmm.
money because, and then he said that he didn't stay for the money. But I mean, if he didn't say, then you would have accepted the offers before PSG. If
Right,
you
right.
really wanted to stay at home, if you want to build a new legacy, you want to build your legacy in Paris. If you want to do that, then you get less money and let the team build around you,
Right,
so
right.
you have better players to play with, and
Hmm.
you see that a lot in Real Madrid.
Yeah, yeah. I know with it's like I think everyone, man, expected Mbappe to go to Madrid because he was just stalling it. He must have thought he was like LeBron James, and it was like he had a little like kind of interview, and like it was the day in
Like
which
when
he
he went
will
to
announce.
Miami.
Yeah, when he went to Miami. And then I was expecting that, I'll be taking my talents to Real Madrid this next season. I was expecting Mbappe to do that, but he had all of us waiting for him to pull off this garbage. However, it seems like he not only has a contract, of course, at PSG, but he has more than that. He has a contract that gives him some kind of influence. Others would say ownership of the team, some kind of ownership. Do you think that's too much power for a young player like him, or do you think that's good for his development as a player?
I think that's way too much power. And I'm not just saying for a young player, but to any player.
Right,
To any
right,
player,
yeah.
I believe no player should be over the team. And as a
Mhm.
Madrid fan, even I wouldn't want our best player to be, oh, he has the power, because then
Right.
he was like, oh, I don't like this coach, even probably he's the best fit for us, or he doesn't
Yeah.
like this player even though he's a really good player. So I don't think no player should ever be over the club. And I
Right.
believe for the first time in the super long in the history of soccer, we finally have a player who has more power than the club.
That is sad. That is sad, but I mean, money talks, I guess. I guess they were so desperate to get Mbappe to stay in PSG. I mean, what future do you see PSG having? I mean, I don't know if you keep up a lot with PSG. I know Abel does, and I know Abel will watch this because he loves you, Sahara. And I think you're like his arch nemesis when it comes to Fortnite. But what do you think of PSG's future from here? I know we said we're going to talk about Real Madrid at first, but now we're talking about
Oh yeah.
Paris. What do you think
Okay.
their future is now with Mbappe having so much power?
Well, honestly, I don't really watch too much of that Farmers League, so I
Okay.
wouldn't be able to tell you. But I believe, because I know Messi's leaving next season. I think he's going to Miami most likely.
Oh
It's like
yeah, I did hear that
90,
too.
98% sure.
Sure.
I mean, we get to see him here in the MLS, so I know you would get to go see him in person
Heck
when he plays
yeah,
North Carolina.
definitely. Heck yeah, man.
But I honestly, and then Neymar says he might leave. So I believe it's going to go way down, especially because how much money they're paying him.
It's
Because
true.
you can't pay everyone. I don't really know how it works in soccer, but you know how here in the US and the NFL and basketball, there's like a salary cap.
Oh yeah, same
Is
thing
there
with MLS. Yeah.
is there a salary cap in,
Well,
in
I don't know about
France?
European football. I would think so. I know here in the MLS there is because, and Will, if you watch this, you can correct me, but I know there's like, yeah, there's just like a cap, and then they have like designated player contracts in which I think they can go over that cap here in the MLS. Now in
Yes.
Europe,
I
I
don't know
mean,
about
I,
Europe.
I don't
I'm not
know, man. You
100%.
see, these contracts are exaggerated, but yeah,
I believe each team has a salary cap different, because not each team has the same salary cap,
right, right,
and depending on how many trophies you win and stuff like that. So you
right.
have a certain amount of money you can't go over. So I
Uh
believe
huh.
that's how it works in Europe. But
Okay,
that's a ton of money for that one player, and
that's
I
crazy,
don't
man.
believe they're gonna have enough money to keep the players around them,
Right,
because they have
right.
superstars players. in
They're
Paris.
gonna end up like a Barcelona, man. Barcelona's just I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that's the reason why, but man, that's a
When they
financial
play once, they
disaster. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they ever had issues like that, but I mean, and again, PSG is an oil club, bro. Like you see in history, like how like AC Milan, Inter Milan too, like what 10 years ago, they had some kind of economic disaster, and then I think some Chinese investor or company had to come and save their tails. I think with Milan, I don't know, but I mean, I don't think the club would go in financial ruins.
yeah.
It's an oil club, bro. They're like a city in France, Manchester City in France. But I think when it comes to the team, bro, if, as what you mentioned, if Messi leaves, if Neymar wants to leave, could be a rebuild, man. Who knows? You were gonna say something?
Oh, and who's gonna want to play with the player like that? Like, let's say you have like you're in a soccer team, and Abel is the president, and he wants to build around you. I
Oh
wouldn't
hell
want
no!
I wouldn't want to join you, knowing that you could kick me out at any time that you want just because we have an argument. You know?
Right, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
like you gave me a bad pass. Oh, it was too out of me. It was too behind. And then just because of that, you're like, oh, Sahara, you're out. I wouldn't want to join the team like that.
That's more like a Brian Arevalo. I think Brian Arevalo is more likely to do that. Abel's a bit more merciful, but yeah, I mean, imagine, bro, like, oh, you play so horrible, like gone. Not even the season. Not the season doesn't even finish, and you're gone. I
He
think
just cut from the team.
that's crazy, man. When you actually put it in perspective, how old is he? Like 22 or like 21, 22?
He's around that age, yeah.
He's my freaking age, man. And when he has all that power, it's not just any club; it's PSG, of like a very expensive club, a club oil, man. That's what surrounds this club. Crazy stuff, man. Moving on to our last topic, brief topic. Your expectations for the World Cup. I know it's months from now. It's what I believe in November. Usually, the World Cup would have actually started this week in a traditional year.
But it's
Um,
really hot in Qatar. Super hot.
yes, that is true. I don't want to do rapid fire, but who do you think is winning it? Who do you think is taking it all this
Oh,
year?
can I say my final prediction?
Yeah, say it.
Like,
Yeah, say it, and say
okay,
the
so
winner and the second place.
since we know Mexico isn't going to top their group the way they're playing, I believe Argentina is, and I believe Portugal is, and if they both come in first place, they would be able to have the World Cup that we all deserve, and we deserve Argentina against Portugal in the World Cup final and their last World Cup. And who will win it? I honestly believe, even though I think Argentina has a better team, Portugal will win it.
Wow, I I would have to disagree with you on that one. If that were to happen, I think Argentina. I just think Argentina's performing much better
Has been there so
internationally.
many times too. They've
That's
been in the finals
true.
how many times?
That is true. Like they've been in the final not too long ago. What, two World Cups ago? Wait, yes, two World Cups ago. Portugal, I mean, the closest they've been was in 2006, but that was the semi when they lost against France. I just that would be like the dream final that everyone longs for. But I would have to give it to Argentina if that were the
I,
case.
I think Argentina has a better team overall. They have more stars. Even though Portugal has really good young
Oh
players
yeah, they
too,
have really good players.
Portugal
Yeah,
has really good players. But
yeah,
I believe when it comes to the biggest moments, Ronaldo's there. That's what I believe. When it comes
that's
to the
true.
biggest moments, Ronaldo shows up. He finds a way to score and puts the ball in the back of the net.
That is true. That would be a good final. Underdog. Who do you? Oh no, underdog. Third place. Third place. Who do you think would get third place if everything goes as you think? Who do you think would get third
Don't
place?
be crazy. I usually always root for Mexico, but I love this USA team, and I believe USA could go really far, and they'll shock everybody and make it to third place.
I mean, they have to fight off Wales and England, man. I mean, England. I don't know. England's kind of inconsistent sometimes. I was talking to my friend Will. He was showing me some interesting stats. How when there's a Concacaf team in their group, England never gets first place for whatever reason. But I mean, I don't know. This Welsh team with Gareth Bale, led by Gareth Bale, and Bale is like the Ronaldo, but like the Welsh version of Ronaldo. He comes in clutch when needed, and we've seen it with Real Madrid, your team. We've seen it with Wales. And then you have England, who's been playing pretty well lately.
You want to know something? I'll tell you something.
What's up?
England won't go to the next round.
That could happen, man. I think
Wales and USA.
That could
USA
happen.
is going to go on the run, and surprisingly, they're going to shock everybody, and they're going to make it to the semifinals.
Would you consider them as an underdog?
Yeah.
Dark horse. I'd say dark horse is more appropriate.
I'll say dark horse, just because I honestly believe no one thinks they're going to make it to the semifinals.
Man, I don't know, bro. I think 2026 might be their year, but this year,
I believe 2026 they will win it.
Oh, heck no. Okay, you're getting extreme right there, but it's a bold take that a lot of people have taken or have said. So
I really like how they're playing. I like the confidence they're playing. I was watching. They played recently, and they weren't even playing with their starters.
Uh-huh.
And in the Gold Cup they played without their starters either. I think they played with their B team. And they won against Mexico.
Or was it their C team? I don't even know.
And they beat Mexico's A team.
Mexico's a disaster, though, man. That federation is a disaster. I don't know what.
And I always root for Mexico.
Oh
my family's from Mexico, but
right.
I mean, I have to root for the USA on this. I have both jerseys. I have a USA and a Mexico one. I haven't been wearing the Mexico one recently. I haven't been wearing my USA one.
I don't know.
I've always supported the USA women.
Like, I don't watch women's soccer. It's not that I'm sexist, but I'm not sexist. I don't know. I just
I'm messing with you.
I don't know, man. I just don't see myself support. I mean, I was born here in the US. I live in the US, but to support the US, I mean, I don't know. I've always supported Mexico, and I will support Mexico. All of those are the federation. This team is garbage. I just don't see myself supporting US. I mean, my bias self wants me to believe that US won't make it far, but I'll be honest, I'll be objective. I mean, US could make it far, but third place, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, bro. You have teams like Netherlands who are on fire right now. Senegal's been playing very good too. You have France, man. You have Germany. Italy, I'm kidding, not Italy, but you have other teams. Brazil, man, Brazil. How can we count out Brazil? I just feel like these teams.
Brazil always falls off. People always say Brazil's a favorite, and they don't make it.
I mean, how far did they make it in France? In the 2018 World Cup. I know they beat Mexico in the round of 16. They went to the quarterfinals.
They won.
Who do they face?
And then they lost the next round.
Because, it's been a while, bro. I know 2014.
Yeah.
That was 7-1. Heartbreak, dude. That's 7-1. These Germans, bro, like for them, like they will attack till they die, man. Like they are on
no mercy.
They don't give a crap. No mercy. They don't care, bro. But so you got Portugal winning, Argentina second place, third place US. My last one would be, who do you think will be the upset for this World Cup?
Like, what do you mean by upset? What do you mean exactly? Is there going to be like a match that is like, oh my god,
no. Like a team that you expect to make it for, that everyone expects to make it for, but then like just bottle it. I have a team, but I want to. Oh, England. Why England?
I don't know. I think they're overrated so much. And I saw them play not too long ago, and they didn't play too good.
I think France. And the reason.
I was going to ask you. I was going to say that. I was going to say something. I think
we're thinking the same thing because of that.
You think the curse?
Yes, yeah. I don't think France will break that curse, man. I don't think so. I seen the way they played in the Euros. I seen the way they're playing now. They're good. Don't get me wrong. They're good. It's not. like they're a disaster like Italy was in after 2006. They weren't a disaster like Germany was. I mean, they weren't that bad either, but France is a really good team. But I mean, I think it's gonna happen, dude. I just think it's gonna. So the curse, for the ones that don't know, I'm sure the majority of people that are listening to this podcast know what it is. Yeah, they must know what it is. But the curse basically is that every time the winner of the previous World Cup plays the next World Cup, usually they play the next one right after, they never make it out the group stage. And this is since what? Like freaking
since forever. It's never happened.
Yeah, it's like basically the beginning of the 21st century. Because I'm not too sure. I know with Italy, they won in 2006. They didn't make it past the group stage in 2010. Spain won it in 2010. They didn't make it out of the group stage in 2014. Germany won it in 2014. Did not make it past. We had them. Mexico had Germany.
Mexico.
That was insane. That group stage, man. I know we can ramble so much. That group stage was insane because, like, even to the third match, dude. Everything, any team could go. Anything could happen. Any of the teams could move forward. If Mexico were to beat Sweden and South Korea, just like they beat Germany, that would have stayed. Mexico and South Korea would have moved on. If Germany would have beat South Korea and Sweden would have beaten Mexico like they did, both European teams would have moved on. Oh, man. But Germany didn't make it out of that World Cup. Now, France won the 2018 World Cup. The question is, will they make it out of the group stage? We'll see in this fall, this November. Sahara, I appreciate you joining me in this podcast. It's once again a once-in-a-lifetime honor that you give us, not to me, but Foot Talk TV. Is there any last words, any last remarks you would like to share to the audience?
I just want to say, I want to speak to you personally. I want to say thank you for inviting me. I'm sorry I've been slacking. You've told me multiple times, and I have said yes. And then the time we went to the beach, we went here and town. So
but it happened.
But yes, we're here now, and I appreciate it. I had so much fun. This was, because you've been on my podcast, I've never been on yours. Yeah. So now this is crazy. So now I'm able to be here, and I really enjoyed it. And next time, I would do the podcast in person in North Carolina with you.
Let's go. Yes, sir. Well, tell them about your podcast before we go. Sahara has his podcast. Sahara, tell them about your podcast, please.
My podcast is called The Insider. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of blurry.
It's blurry.
But since I see Nathan on the grind and I see other people on the grind, I have to fix myself, and I haven't been working. So now, I honestly believe I have to get on it. And starting next week, there's going to be an episode. I promise you guys. I don't know about what, but we're going to have an episode. And I'll see you guys. Nice.
Yes, sir. That's it. That's all for tonight, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and goodbye for now.